Hi everyone, this is Kelly and welcome back to my channel, and this is one of my DIY videos, and today I'm going to show you how to strip paint. Now I'm going to do this while I talk to you. So what you want to do, I'm using the brand Jasco, and what I did was I went to my local paint store and asked them for advice. So if you have questions about what kind of stripper you need to use or whatever, that's what I Alright, so hopefully I could just cut that out. Anyway, so today I'm going to strip some paint off of one of my cabinet doors. Now what I'm doing, I'm using an old paintbrush, and once you use this for stripping you can't use it for anything else. So, you know, whatever you use, you know, just know that. Okay, so what I've done, you want to make a nice, really thick coat. And I'm hoping that you can see this. Anyway, so yeah, I went to my paint store and said, yes, I have, because some of these cabinets are original. Most of them are original to the house, and it was built in 1901. So what they told me was, because I don't know what all is under there, it's best to use the hardcore heavy-duty stuff because it's fast and it works really well, and it will get everything off. So what you want to do is, like I said, get a nice thick coat, and what you'll notice is this is up on some blocks. Now these were just at my house, they're concrete blocks. And this way I have easy access, see, to the sides, and I don't have to worry about, you know, access. It makes it a lot easier for me. And so I'm outside in my carport, so both ends are open, so I have nice ventilation. Make sure that you have protection, okay? This, what I'm wearing, is a coverall, and it's 3 layers thick, and I'll leave the brand for you in the description box. But it covers me head to foot, and also, yeah, you want to get booties, see, and I'll leave all the information below in the description box. But yeah, you want to do that because I ended up getting stripper on my sneakers, and you don't want that. So anyway, what they recommend as far as the stripper goes, and see, I'm just sitting on paper. Make sure you've got goggles. Make sure that you wear gloves, because you will burn yourself. I'm not familiar with the other types of stripper, but these are specifically for paint remover. Now, wear goggles. Just make sure that you are completely covered up. Now, what I also have here is a garbage, and that has their special contractor garbage bags that are specifically for this sort of thing. And so keep that there. I also have a pail of water just in case I spill it or I get something on me or whatever. You want to get water as soon as you can. Now see, this is already bubbling up, and that's how you can tell that it's working. I also keep a roll of paper towels handy. The other thing, you want to use a metal scraper. Some people may disagree with that, but you need to be careful because of the sharp edges when you're dealing with wood. But you'll see when I do this why. It makes it quick and easy, and just, be careful what you're doing, but you need to work fast but carefully. The other thing that I have done is, I also have paint stripper right here. Not paint stripper, mineral spirits rather. But they suggest putting the paint stripper, the Jasco brand that I'm using, into a glass jar. Make sure you don't let it in the sun because it's not good. Something else that I came across, and I'm halfway through my kitchen cabinets, so this is a lot of trial and error. But you'll notice I have paper towels all along underneath, right? Well, you'll see, it makes such a difference, because what I'd originally been doing is scraping and, putting in the thing and scraping, and I made a great big mess. It got all over the place, and you don't want to mess around with toxic chemicals. So, this just needs to wait a couple more minutes. Another thing, they generally say, okay, you can wait, wait 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or however long. But what I have found with this is that as soon as it starts bubbling up, it doesn't take very long, just a couple minutes. So you saw how fast I was able to do that. And see, like right here, I didn't get it on thick enough. I'm not sure what kind of wood this is, but most of my cabinets are original to the home. So they're almost 120 years old, and they're all handmade and stuff. So I want to do what I can to preserve them, save money, and, restore my house. So let's see. This might take another coat. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the camera, and then I'm going to come at it from a different angle. Okay? So just give me a minute. Let me reposition this so you can see what I'm doing. Now always make sure you have plenty of whatever it is that you need right handy, because you don't want to be messing around. Hi, this is Kelly, and welcome back to my gluten-free dollhouse. And I realized that what happened, let me speak in complete sentences for a minute. The first part of this video was me showing you how to put stripper on, to strip paint from very, very old cabinets. And I did film the second half of it, like I said I was going to, but it disappeared somewhere in my computer or whatever. So what I thought I would do is I would come here and show you the supplies that I used, and also how the cabinet turned out. Now, I don't know if this is the specific one I was using, but as you can see, I got it down to bare wood, okay? And this has some wood filler on it, and I need to clean up the edges, like I showed in the previous video about using a multi-tool and all of that stuff. Actually, I should probably put some wood filler there. But anyway, you can see that that's the result you can get. And it will look better once it's sanded down for the final time and then ready to prime. But I wanted to show you, okay, this is what I use. And this is a Jasco. And this is really toxic. And what I did, you probably saw, was I kept the Jasco and the mineral spirits, which you need to wash down the wood after you're done stripping it, to get all the gunk off and cancel out the toxicity and all of that. But make sure that, one of the things that I learned when I was going to strip the cabinets was I asked online, I did did a bunch of research, and at the end of the day, I was getting conflicting things, conflicting information about biodegradable stripper and non-toxic things and all of that, and that may very well work for you. But what I did was I went to a local paint store, and I said, okay, this is the deal. I have a house that's almost 120 years old. It's got all kinds of paint on it, and I need to get it off. And they recommended that I use this. So your circumstances may be different, but I really encourage you to talk to a paint store, people that do this every day, a professional painter, someone who knows what they're doing, first and foremost. The other thing is, I showed you, this is the coverall that I used, and it goes all the way up to the neck. It's 3 layers, right? And full down to your feet, down to your wrists. These are the gloves. I don't know if I made this clear in the earlier part, but you can't use regular medical gloves or latex. Do not use latex gloves. Use gloves that are specifically made for using paint stripper. Really important. You don't want anything to melt that if you get it on your gloves. Okay. The other thing I was using was these Booties, and I learned the hard way that this is an important thing to do, because I accidentally stepped in some stripper with my sneaker and then tracked it, and without realizing it, and then I was going barefoot and I burned my foot. So that's not good. Also, make sure that you have a pail of water next to you in case you need to rinse something off, but especially if you get anything on your skin. Okay, these are toxic chemicals, and so I just want to make sure that you're safe. Use goggles, use a mask. And what I want to share with you more than anything is what I learned through this process. Now, I followed the directions on the back, and it says wait X amount of minutes before you put it on, make X amount, wait X amount of minutes. And I thought I couldn't do it before that. Or I just was really afraid I was going to screw it up, I was going to wreck my cabinets, and all of that. But what I learned through a lot of trial and error is that put a nice thick coat on, and when you see it bubbling up, oh, you know what I didn't grab is the scraper thing. And some say you can use a plastic one. What is it called?
Scraper.
A scraper. Yeah, like the metal scraper. I had it. I think I showed it to you in the earlier part. Anyway, this is a couple months later. It's fall, and so I've stripped all of my cabinets now. But what I want to say is that as soon as you see it bubbling up, if you just take the scraper and you'll be able to just like scooch it along the wood, and you'll be able to tell whether it's coming off or not. And regardless of how many minutes it says on the can, if it's coming off, go ahead, because you want to move fast, slow and patient, but fast, if that makes sense. The other thing that I really want to stress is it's okay if you don't do it perfectly. It really, really, really is. Ask me how I know. When I was first, I'll give you an example. When I was first learning how to do this, because it was just me and the stripper, and my stuff, and like my brother was nowhere near, and I thought, okay, let's just go. I was so afraid that I would screw it up, that I would wreck my cabinets, that I would melt them, that, you know, I don't even know what. But I can tell you that I don't want you to make the same mistakes. So my first cabinet, it took me 3 days for one side, okay? And I was all freaked out about it and thought, oh man, I'm doing it badly. But I just had that much paint on the cabinets. It painted, painted, painted. So the thing you want to remember is, depending on the temperature outside, the warmer it is outside, the faster it's going to bubble and the faster you move. Okay, the faster you can take this stuff off. Sometimes when the temperature was cooler, I would have to wait 15 minutes to start before it was really lifting. But other times, as soon as I would get it on, boom, it was going, going, going. Make sure that you have all your supplies right handy so you don't have to move. Have a garbage can, have a water bucket right there, that you're covered, got your paper towels, all of your stuff right handy so you don't have to get up and get down and get up and get down. And also, the other thing is that if you don't get everything on the first pass, that's okay. It's really, really okay. That was something that I was afraid of. But what you can do is you can just hit it again. If it dries too fast, if you've moved too slowly and it starts sticking with the scraper, you don't want to gouge the wood. So if you can't get it all off, just put some more on. Just put some more stripper on, and it's okay. It really is okay. So be patient with yourself. I knew nothing about this before I started, and now I can strip a cabinet, boom, 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 done. And I feel confident in it, and you can do it too. I mean, you guys know, if you're following along with this, my journey, that like I started out with zero knowledge about any of this. So if I can learn how to do it, you can too. And as you can tell, I'm not disfigured or anything like that. But again, check with a painting professional, your local paint shop who knows what they're talking about. And your circumstances may be very different. I'm dealing with 120-year-old cabinets. You may have something completely different. I also have cats, so know that it's okay. You can do it, and you too can. I'm so proud of this. And so those are some things I learned. Just be patient with yourself. Give yourself a break. Take breaks if you need to. It's okay. Just watch where you are, and watch your hands and your feet, and you're going to do great. So thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Oh, please, sorry if my brother is in the background. Yes, comment. I'd love to hear, like, if you have any questions about different types of stripper or your circumstances. I'd love it for you to subscribe. I will be doing cooking and food and more of those sorts of things soon, as like after I can get my cabinets back up and all of that. But yeah, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'd love it if you would. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again. Bye.